Huh?
Jimmy, good morning, or let's see, yeah, good. Let's see, is it good morning there?
Oh,
No, it's noon.
Good
Yeah,
new
good.
thing.
Yeah, noon. Hi, Jimmy Hoke.
How you doing, Tommy Porter?
I'm a little melancholy, I'll tell you. We've had one of our cats, and he's doing pretty well now, was diagnosed with lymphoma,
Oh God.
and that's a wild story. But then the little teeny girl cat just got sicker than a dog, and we took her, and she's been in the hospital for a week. And they're trying to get her weaned off of oxygen now. They think that she was bitten by an recluse spider.
Ah.
So.
Yep. They're nasty.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
So,
do I hear Carol in the background?
Yeah, she's talking to her sister
Oh, okay.
on a Zoom call.
Oh, really? Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. So yeah. So look like you've been busy.
Well, it's been pretty wild. Barb, let's see, Barb. Okay, we'll admit Barb.
Oh,
It's got to
Barb.
be Barb Brown.
Oh, Barbara Brown. I saw that the get together looked like it went pretty well.
Yeah, it did. Nancy,
Yeah.
here's Nancy. Hey, Barb, I don't have video and I don't have your audio.
Well, we're coming.
There you are. There you are. Oh, yeah, you got to have the expert there to get you set up.
Yep.
Yeah, Barb, you
You got
changed.
the audio?
Yeah, we've got everything now. We've got your video and audio. Yes. So you've
Okay.
done a good job as usual.
There you go.
Nancy.
Hi there, how are you?
Okay.
Okay, hi.
Hi, Barb.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Bob.
Hello.
I'm admitting people. So there's Becky. Hi, Becky. Nancy,
Hi.
have you been anywhere wild lately? I can't remember.
No, I'm staying home until Destin,
Okay. And is Destin
Nancy
in
just had a
November?
birthday, though.
October. Huh?
Oh.
Who had a birthday? I didn't.
Nancy
No.
just had a birthday.
No.
No, not this Nancy.
No?
No,
What were you thinking? When were you thinking her birthday was, Barb?
Well.
my birthday's not till December. I'm the first one to turn 78. I'm the old lady of the bunch.
She has the,
Ah,
yeah.
I thought I was the oldest.
When's your birthday, Barb?
January 4th.
Yeah, you're after me.
I guess so.
No, but Tom, to answer your question, it used to always be the 1st of November, then we went to the first week in November, and now we're going 10 days, so we're going the end of October to the
Oh.
first week.
And who was it? Sonny Haynes just had a birthday the other day. I thought, boy, what a kid. Where are you going?
Destin, Florida.
Where are you going? In
Destin.
October?
I think your audio is doing something.
Yeah. Yeah, Barb, your audio's going in and out and it's kind of like delayed. And I think you're freezing up also. It could be.
Yeah.
Where's your hubby?
He's frozen.
Yeah. You may need to get him back. Hi, Vicky.
Hello.
Hi,
Hi, Vicky.
Karen.
Ricky.
Hi, Becky.
Hi.
Gary.
Gary. Help, Gary. Yeah. Jean Ann will not be with us today. She was supposed to go down on Thursday and go be there until Sunday down at Indiana University. She's an Alpha Chi Omega, and they are celebrating their 100th anniversary on the campus of Indiana University.
Oh, wow.
And so So they were, it was a big to do.
Oh,
But
yeah.
we've got a very sick kitty who is in the she's in the hospital. Been there since Monday. Well,
Ooh.
Monday night late, and they're trying to get her well, but they pretty much they can't. You won't know for sure, but they think that she was bitten by a brown recluse spider.
Oh,
No.
those are bad.
So this is not your cat that was sick before?
No, this happened. Yeah, the one that has lymphoma, he's doing pretty well.
Yeah.
He's had 3 chemo pills now, and so far he's tolerating that, and
Good.
he's got a good appetite. We're trying to wean him off the appetite stimulant, because boy, I'll tell you what, he's been eating us out of house and home. I mean, he's just going crazy. Here comes Bob.
I know we'd pay anything to help our pets. I thought I had an expensive week. All 3 of mine were groomed. 2 different pills were needed, plus heartworm and a test and a couple shots. So that was an expensive bill yesterday.
Yeah.
But they're worth it. They're my family.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm in Alpha Chi too, and pretty soon, they're moving to new headquarters. And I guess pretty soon they're going to be having a big celebration in Indianapolis for the new headquarters as well.
Well, that's cool.
What?
Do you know where it's going to be in Indianapolis?
It's going to be like 2 blocks from where it always has been. They just decided they needed a larger facility.
Huh.
Don't ask
okay.
me about it, I don't remember, but I just got a notice saying that I think it's maybe next month they're having a celebration.
Okay, cool. Okay. We're trying to get Barb so that she's not fading in and out. And
Just frozen again.
yeah, I muted her, but I will unmute her. Find her there. She's unmuted now. Okay, cool. So there's Tom and Betsy. Where's Bob Van Pelt? Oh, there's Bob. We're just seeing Bob's ceiling. Bob, are you there? Oh, I see it. Now I can barely see the top of your head.
comes your
There he
head.
is.
Got it there.
There he is.
Yeah, I couldn't get
There
my
he is.
share on.
Yeah. Now you could still bring it down a little more, Bob. We're
Yeah.
seeing you from your nose up.
Yeah,
Tell him that the thing is frozen.
there you go. Got it.
There.
There you
Yeah.
I can't,
Yeah.
I
now-
can't see it.
perfect.
Yeah.
Now you can't see.
I can't see anybody. Yeah.
Really?
You can't.
Now, what
You
do I do?
can't.
Share screen time?
Yeah. Try. Yes. Try that. Switch to active.
Yeah.
Hang on.
They had some blue block up in the corner of your screen.
Yeah, hang on a minute. I'll get it figured out here in a minute. Let's
There's
go
Sandy.
view.
Yeah. I thought as soon as we get everybody on,
There's
Vicky,
my
and-
gallery view, Tom. I got it.
You got it. There you go. Okay. Good. Good. I don't know if Jean will be on today, but Jean and
I'm
Sandy,
frozen.
you're still frozen, Barb?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Can you see any of us, or can you hear us?
I don't think
No.
she can hear for sure.
Okay.
It's their internet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what I was going to say is between Sandy and Jean, we were able to track down Mary Jane Poe. I don't know if anybody remembers Mary
Sure.
Jane at
I
all.
went to Pleasant View with Mary Jane Poe. I remember her. Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Well, I just spoke with her a little while ago. She actually married a classmate of ours who actually graduated the year before, was Sandy's sweetheart. And so he's a class of 62. I'll have to look him up because I don't remember Bill Stover.
Oh,
Yeah, is
sure.
it-
He's
anybody-
cute. He's a very
Yeah, I
nice
remember
looking.
Bill,
He was
yeah.
very nice looking.
Yeah.
I didn't
I-
know
Okay.
him, but I mean,
I
his
remember.
picture-
Okay. So anyway, I spoke with her. She said she just wasn't ready because I talked to her today. She said, I'm just not prepared to get on the call today, but so I explained how it all works and everything so that I'll get her on the, I finally got her email, and I don't know, Sandy, if you want that or anybody wants that, I can give it to you. She says that her primary way of staying in touch with what's been happening is through Nancy Beatrey. But of course, we don't, Nancy isn't on
No.
very, very often.
Very often, yeah.
So, but anyway, but I think I
Tom,
just
is
heard
she
from
still
Nancy.
around here?
Nancy
Tom, is
Beatrey
Mary
or
Jane still around here?
no, she's in a town north of Atlanta.
Okay.
She lives about, she said she lives about 40 miles north of Atlanta.
Gotcha.
I don't think
Yeah.
she's ever been on, has she?
Who's
No.
that?
I don't think so.
Nancy's Ever been?
It could possibly not. Yeah, I can't
I'm
remember,
trying to
but
think, did she have reddish strawberry blonde hair? I cannot
No,
place
no.
her in my mind.
I think her hair was just very dark. She was very cute.
Kind
I
of
think-
medium length, wasn't she, Sandy?
okay.
Oh my
Tom
gosh.
showing,
Just below here.
Tom showing, you're showing us Stover, right?
William Stover, right?
Okay.
Oh, she's
Yeah.
a brother. I am so confused. Yeah.
Academic, vocational, was in the bowling club and something
Yeah.
else.
Might be something.
We had a
easy
bowl.
in- Might be some advanced protection there.
All right. I can't stand it. Okay. There he is. William Allen Stover.
Yeah.
I wonder if he still bowls.
As, no,
I didn't know we had a
Is
Does anybody still bowl?
Sporting Lane still?
I don't.
Hey, Jim, I know a young man that's on scholarship to bowl at Marion College.
Wow.
Young kid from here in town, yeah.
Bob Wood.
Local kid that's bowling in a Marion College team.
Wow.
Wow.
All-American at Vincennes in junior college.
Okay. Now, at some point, I was going to have Vicky
Oh my gosh.
tell everybody, and then Sandy can chime in, and then if Jean gets on, she can chime in. And
I have to put
But
something
as-
in there.
I want Vicky to update us all.
Well, as you know, what the committee is doing is pursuing places to have the main event. We already have the first night of August 11th at Legends for our informal night, and we're trying to get pinned down the second night for either heavy appetizers or a nice dinner. We already have information from the Old Richmond Inn. I just received finally information from Forest Hills yesterday. They finally have hired a new banquet manager, and she was right on it. I got an email from her last night.
Oh,
I've just
good.
got to look if I can actually download what she sent me that's in very small print. I may just have to drive out there, which is fine. It's like 5 minutes away. Cope is in the middle of having their new director come on board. They're kind of in between, Forest Hills just got a brand new manager and banquet manager,
Yeah.
and Cope is going through the same thing. So I'm going to pursue that this week a little bit further. I also found out that the Cordial Cork, unfortunately, does not have their brunches anymore, and they don't. It wasn't as successful as they thought, even though the food was great, and they don't intend on having it again. So I kind of need to look around, or the committee needs to look around for that as well.
Well, Vicky, they
Or-
said
or
Forest
just-
Hills are going to start that again.
Yeah,
So I
and
don't know.
but I
Maybe they
just
will.
want to have both events there. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
We'll see. But anyway, it's moving forward. And then let me look at my calendar here. By the way, let's just get this out of the way right now. Next time, the first Saturday of the month is the 3rd, which is Labor Day weekend. And
Right.
so in keeping with what we've been doing in the past, we'll do our Zoom call on the 10th,
10th,
which
okay.
is the following Saturday, so that it won't fall on a holiday weekend. Is that okay?
Yeah,
Oh,
sounds
yeah.
great.
And
Sounds
then
good.
let's see, let's see, I'm coming back over to Richmond on the 16th, right, Vicky?
Right.
Tuesday the 16th, and hopefully we'll be able to nail everything down.
The 16th of what?
Uh,
This month.
this month, August.
August.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So Sandy, I don't know what you're doing.
And my
I
goal,
thought,
all the information we need by then, hopefully before then, but at least by then, so that we can make a decision.
yeah,
Hey, Vicky, I don't know if you've talked to anybody that's been out at Forest Hills while they've been transitioning some of this stuff. But I
Yeah.
hear that Amy Bain is keeping things really well put together out there,
Yes,
She-
thank heaven
as
for her.
usual.
The only one that's been around forever. I mean, even when I think she was on board even when I was a member, and
Yeah,
I dropped
no,
a
she's
while ago.
great, yeah.
And I actually reached out to her, but in the meantime, they did get a new banquet manager, and the banquet manager is handling.
Right. Yeah, Lindy
Amy certainly capable of doing it.
left, yeah. Lindy Fisher took off, yeah.
okay. Now we're all open to anybody's ideas, and we wanted to throw this, just let everybody know. But if you guys have got any suggestions, any ideas, we're open to that.
Yep.
I mean, basically, hey, let's just have a party and let's plan it so that we have spend almost all of our time socializing.
And when
And-
at both Forest Hills and Old Richmond Inn right now, and as I said, I haven't worked with Cope yet, is like a buffet so that nobody's just seated at a formal dinner. Everybody's moving around and so forth and talking.
Good idea. That's
Yeah, Vicky, is Coke pretty expensive compared to everybody else?
I don't know
No.
yet. As I said, they just got rid of just about everybody that worked out there, and they're just
Yeah,
kind of in
just-
transition.
And just hired a new
Susie
director
Farrell
or whatever, a
people
week or
coming
so. Yeah.
According to Susie Farrell, they have new people coming on board, and they're very good. And so
Yeah.
I've kind of
Yeah.
been waiting for them to kind of be acclimated and so on. But
Yeah,
I don't know.
talking about?
And there too, Cope Environmental Center that's on
Ooh.
Airport Road, it's where the old drive-in movie used to be. And it's there's only 10 things, 10 architectural buildings in the United States that are, I forget what they're called. They're totally natural and heating and everything. And I forget
Yeah.
what they call environmental
They're green built, I think.
green. They're green. That's what I was looking for.
They're totally green, I guess, yeah.
But in Earlham College, Betsy's thing is going to be out there in October, I believe. And they do
Yeah.
have it's a wonderful facility. And it's, even though it's a Centerville address, I consider it Richmond. It's not that far.
Right.
The thing with that, we had the facility, and then I'm going to have to get a hold of Jen Farrell to see what it would cost for her. And she's the one that did our catering the last time at our last event.
Right.
Yeah.
Which
And-
was outstanding,
Bradford-
by the way.
in Bradford.
Got to worry about tables, tablecloths, and so forth. I'm just going to have to talk to them to see. And I also talked to Ginger Gray, who's somebody in town that is in charge of symphony events, the Richmond Art Museum events. And she said she could steer me in the right way for tables, tablecloths, or anything I would need for that. But
Yeah,
I've
it's
been-
all,
I've been out there and I've actually cooked out there for our pedal and stem. We had a big soup thing, and they have tables and all of that. It is a nice
it's
big room,
neat place. Yeah.
but
What's the name of the place?
It's
it's
Cope and
Cope Environmental Center. But the thing I am concerned about is it is kind of hard to find if you don't know where it is.
just go down, it's just go down 40 and turn left at Airport Road and keep going, and you run right
But
into
it
it.
wouldn't be where you think. I mean, we'd have to put a sign out there or something.
And that'd be okay.
Oh,
Or if I'm directionally kind of off, but anyway, you go back in there and then it's back, and then it has all gravel driveway. Just to let you know that it is nice,
Yeah.
but you'd have to know that too. It's hard to kind of maneuver in there.
okay.
Hmm.
But we'll check everything out.
Mhm.
And now, one other thing, we will have music. We have to have music, and Jim Hope will be responsible for the music. And I've decided that the only way we can get Jimmy Hoke to come to the reunion is if he is responsible for something, and something major. So Jimmy Hoke, you're on notice right now. You are responsible for the
Major
music.
music.
If you do not show up, it will be a failure. Therefore, you have to come.
Mm,
How about if we
okay.
pay?
You get a demerit for the next reunion, Jim's what you get.
Yeah,
Darn
right.
right, boy.
Thanks.
It'd be great if you could come. It really would be great.
That's
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
And Jimmy
it's
will
gonna
think
be
up
social
something
though.
really. That's
I've
okay.
been talking to some of my
So you want
some of my
background
close
music.
friends in high school and trying to talk it up and hopefully they can get here. Carol Russell King just had her first great grandchild. And so I heard from her the other day, but I had children so late, I'll never make it to great grandmother.
You might make it. Don't give up.
Yeah, never know.
Didn't have children until I was
But
thinking that my children had, then my son had children at a late age too, so.
How old is your oldest grandchild?
She's 15 and then I have a 12-year-old that's getting ready to turn 13 next week.
You might not make.
You could
But
make
Yeah,
it.
I thought I was, but
But
take
you
a pretty
might.
good care of
22,
yourself,
you
Vicky. You'll
may.
make that.
Yeah,
yeah,
you can make.
you're
10
gonna make
home-
that, Vicky.
Yes, but I was
No
talking to
brainer. Yeah.
at Kroger the other day. She works in there 3 days a week just to keep sane. And I was telling her about Carol King's new great granddaughter, and she has 9 great grandchildren.
Oh my
Oh my
goodness.
God.
Goodness.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, Vicky, just in a nice way, you just need to let that 15-year-old know that you're counting on it.
Oh.
And that, she needs to get, if she doesn't have a steady
just worried
boyfriend, she
about
needs
her
to get on the
driving.
stick.
I'm just worried about driving next in all that Dallas traffic.
Oh,
Shoot. No, I think you'll make it, Vicky. I really do.
Class of 63 is now doing planned weddings and pregnancies.
That plan, Yep,
Right.
yeah. We won't say parenthood.
We've broadened
Get off
our,
into
we've broadened
something.
our horizons, Tom.
Yeah, really. So anybody have any other ideas? And Jim, by the way, you're just responsible for the music. We'll decide later, whether we want background music. I think some of us probably would like to dance a little bit, but who knows?
Mhm.
We'll just wait and see.
only to the,
Nobody did the
only
last
to
Okay.
the oldies though, just to the oldies
Yeah.
that we danced to.
Something
Right.
slow like the stroll.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
stroll.
Well, there you go.
know.
Oh yeah, the stroll.
We are.
I remember
And the
at the
twist.
last
The twist.
reunion, Judy Herbst and I tried to cha-cha to this fast song and we couldn't keep up with it. We could not cha-cha that fast anymore.
I was surprised that hardly anybody danced. I remember Jane Weindiger tried to get somebody up to dance and they wouldn't do it. And I don't think anybody danced much, but I remember the symphony a couple years ago
I think
put on a 50s, a 50s, they do every year, 50s, 60s. We just did 90s. I don't know what we'll do next for the symphony because I'm not in charge of that. But I remember they always have dance lessons before so we can learn the era's dances.
Oh,
And so
fun.
that they were doing stroll, and of
Ah.
course that just became that. They just thought I was so great because I could actually do the stroll, but of course I lived it. So
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
I wasn't
That is
just-
I'll
great.
include the twist.
Yeah.
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah, then everybody's
Yeah.
back will go out.
Well,
And the peppermint twist, Jim, you got to do both.
mine
Yeah, the
almost did,
peppermint.
Jim, because the last music, the music before that you sent, you had the twist in there. And so I was twisting around the house. I'm telling you, I could hardly get up the next day. I had to stay
Yeah.
on a sleeping pad. It's bad.
Sandy, I don't believe that you did that with a bad back like you have.
Oh, so much
No.
fun.
She
So
had
Wow.
There were
Right.
so
Comment.
many, there was the monkey, the
Oh,
jerk,
yeah.
the
potatoes.
whole bunch of dogs. There was a whole bunch of animal names for dance.
Wasn't there an
Yeah.
alligator?
Pony.
Yeah.
Pony. That's
Oh,
right.
the pony. Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
We're gonna have to start practicing, Vicki.
Hey, Jim,
Yeah.
there's a theme for you, Jim, for one of our future things. Is the theme is just all the dance songs.
Yeah,
There you
I
go.
did that once, I thought. Stroll.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you didn't do the pony.
No, I didn't do
You
the
didn't do
pony.
the alligator. You didn't do the
I don't think, is
Monkey,
anybody
you didn't
really gonna
do.
do an alligator?
No,
No,
that was,
no.
that,
They won't get
a
up.
little bit. That was college.
Yeah,
I
I
think.
couldn't remember. I didn't care. I didn't pay attention to those songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh,
I mean, some people would accuse me of I only cared about make-out songs. Oops. I'm sitting in the kitchen looking out of my bird feeders and I just saw a hawk fly in. I wonder if he got a bird. I hope he didn't get a good one.
oh dear.
So anyway, so I don't know how, let's see. I don't know when the rest of you got on. I was admitting people. So I've got a sick kitty. She's been in the hospital since Monday night, and they think she was bitten by a brown recluse spider.
Ooh.
Oh,
Would
And
that have been
They're
in your
bad.
house, Tom?
no, I'm sure it happened outside.
Outside.
She
Okay.
would lay out on the deck,
Okay.
and I had to look that up. And then when I looked it up, I think I have seen one sometime, but I don't know when that would have been. It could have been several years ago. I don't know, but it looked familiar.
So what are you
Um,
doing for the cat?
Well, it's been bad. It's been really bad. I mean, started off, they thought she had just an upper respiratory infection. She was having trouble. She was kind of like
Breathing, yeah.
sneezing and coughing. And then we noticed she was kind of having trouble breathing a little bit. So we took her in. They said, well, she's got a URI. So they gave us medicine to give to her. It was liquid medicine.
Yeah.
So we went, so it's like 2 weeks ago. So we started giving her this liquid medicine and she was fighting it all the time.
Yeah.
But we'd get it in her. But by the end of the week, like on Thursday, Friday, I guess Friday, I said, Jane Ann, I think she seemed to be getting worse, but she just seemed more lethargic and everything. And then she wasn't like interested in eating. And I thought it was making her sick to her stomach, the medicine. So I said, let's quit giving her medicine over the weekend and we'll go take her Monday, following Monday back in. So we did. And then they said, whoa, she's got pneumonia.
Oh
Really?
my word.
And so they gave us some other kind of medicine, antibiotics. So we got her home and started to do that. But we noticed when we brought her home, and I think it was happening when we had her up there that afternoon, she started showing blood dripping from her nose.
Oh, no.
So then I'm thinking, whoa. And then by Monday night, her breathing was really labored. So we called this emergency place.
Mhm.
Never been there before. We get there, and it turns out, I mean, this place is it's like the Mayo Clinic for
Mhm.
animals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, cha-ching.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
anyway,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I've been there.
Yeah.
$1,000
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been there a couple
Oh.
times
Yeah.
myself.
So, but anyway, by the time, so we told them everything and we left her. By the next day morning, she was bleeding profusely. Her right eye swelled up to closed and swelled up to 3 times its size.
Boy.
And the whole time when all this first started, we had noticed that she kept bothering her right ear.
Mhm.
And it to the point where we thought she was scratching it and it caused this really bad cut, or it just, her whole ear was all messed up. Well, I think that's where she probably was bitten.
She
But
didn't have a
anyway.
bump up there from being swollen or anything?
Yeah, but I just thought it was because she kept scratching herself there. I didn't think anything about it at the time. I was focused on she was having trouble breathing.
Right.
So by that next day, her lungs were filling up with blood.
Oh, no.
They were having trouble getting the bleeding stopped. I guess I learned that it's not only the platelets but for her anyway, there's also a clotting factors in your blood besides the platelets. And everything was out of whack. So since then, long story short, she's had 3 blood transfusions.
Oh man.
Oh my goodness.
They did in the beginning, there was infection in her lungs. So in the beginning, they had to do a nebulizer. Has anybody ever done a
Yeah,
nebulizer?
yeah.
You know what that is?
No,
I didn't know
but
you
I
could do
know
that
what
for
it is.
cats.
Yeah.
So they did
Not
that. And the
not
way
really.
they do it is they've got her in this like glass box. And it's got two different openings on it. And they also then have little round openings. You can open up, reach in and pet her and all that kind of stuff. And, but anyway, they did all of that and they've got her on oxygen and everything has started to get better except the breathing. And they kept thinking that maybe she could come home, maybe she could get over the last 2 days. But right now, the last night they tried to get her off of the oxygen. They have it down to 30. I've learned that normal household O2 level, it's 21 O2. If they put her on oxygen to the max, that's 51.
Oh.
She's at 30. And so last night at 30, and they thought she was doing real well, they decided to take her off and see how she would do. Well, I guess she didn't do real well. But when they put her back in there, it only went back up to 30 and she was fine at 30. So now they're just trying to wean her off gradually. But I don't know. It's still.
How old is she?
She's 13. Every cat we've ever had lived to be 18.
My goodness.
Tom, is that the small?
Yeah,
small?
that's Tootsie.
Oh.
Yeah, Tom and
Because your-
Betsy would know.
Your other cat was sick too.
Yeah, that's the one that has lymphoma.
Yeah, but she's.
And he is doing well.
Oh,
Yeah, he's doing fine. He's had his third chemo pill. You do one, we gave him the first one, and then you wait 3 days, give the second one, then you wait 4 days, give the third one. So gave him the third one, and so then Tuesday we'll give him another one, and we've got 15 pills to give him. We'll see
wow.
what it does.
They don't make him sick, huh?
So far, please, yeah. So far, I've been knocking on wood. You're right. Yeah, Carol, I've been real afraid that that's what was going to happen. But get this. So they said at first they weren't going to prescribe only 2 of those pills because they're expensive, just to see if he'd do it. And he wasn't eating. One of his bad symptoms was he just had quit eating and he'd lost a bunch of weight. So they gave us something to stimulate because they said if he doesn't eat, he can't take this pill. He's got to take it where he's eating. So they gave us some medicine to stimulate his eating, and it's in a tube, and you put it on your finger, and then you rub it into his inside of his ear, and you alternate ears every day, and it's once a day. And man, boy, did that work. All of a sudden, I was telling him he's eating us out of house and home, to the point now where they said you need to back that down some now and see if he can just, if his appetite's good enough, because that'll kind of tell you if the medicine maybe is working.
Sure.
But anyway, so we'll wait and see. So we may just back it off to where you only get half of that stuff, that stimulant stuff. And I think that they're giving that to Tootsie now out there in the hospital because she quit eating. But anyway, so I've been learning a lot of stuff, unfortunately, about all this kind of crap. And oh, get this, you guys. So for this chemo pill, the vet sends us home with him and says, "Here, go to this pharmacy and get this pill." So I go to this pharmacy and they say, "Well, we don't have it in stock, but we can probably get it, but it won't be until tomorrow." And I said, "Okay." Well, she says, "Well, you know that this is expensive. It's $35 a pill." I said, "Okay." And she says, "Well, and I didn't know at the time. I just had this prescription. I didn't know it was just for 2. So they said, "Well, it's only for 2. And to get this sent to us from the warehouse, you've got to buy a bottle." And they're 25 in a bottle.
oh.
And I'm thinking, okay, well, and I get my calculator out. I'm thinking, okay. So they said, "But
That was the drug, I guess.
you might want to try this first." And there was a place up north of town on the west side that they make medicine. I don't know what you call that, compounding.
Compounding pharmacy.
So they said, you might try that. But I'm thinking, okay. And then if that doesn't work, then I'm going to buy the whole damn bottle. And when I get the bottle, I'm going to walk back. I'm going to go back over to my vet and say, here's your medicine that you don't have in stock. I haven't opened this bottle. It's your medicine. Give me 2 pills. It really pissed me off.
Yeah.
It really did. And then I haven't been happy with them since because of Tootsie either. But anyway, so yeah, but hey, that little bottle of pills was nothing compared to what Tootsie's going to run. And I'm just hoping
Yeah.
and praying that
Tom, did the compounding thing work, or did you have to buy the whole bottle?
we called the compounding. They said that they would be able to do it. They said this was Thursday night. They said Friday you can come over mid-morning and we'll have it for you. Jane Ann calls them the next day and says, now what time could I come and get it? And they said, I'm sorry, but we can't get it.
Oh.
So we said, okay. So then now I'm really pissed. So I call the vet. We call the vet back. I say, hey, we cannot get this medicine. You got to help us out here. You know, I was thinking that this, you know, you ought to be doing this, not us.
Yeah.
So they said, you call this pharmacy in New Jersey.
Oh, my Lord.
Now this pharmacy is amazing. And they have a vet side of their business and a people side of their business. But I mean, they were unbelievable. They said, we can compound this medicine. You can have it in pill or liquid. You tell us which way you want it. We can get it there in 2 business days. If you pay this, if you want it 1 business day, you pay this. But we'll have it there to you. And just keep in mind, it's going to be refrigerated. So it's been interesting. So I just thought I'd tell you those stories.
Yeah.
I hope I didn't bore you.
Those emergency vet places are really, really good. They're
Yes.
actually in earnest for pets. And
Yeah.
just to walk in the door is usually about $1,000. But this is what I have for my 8-pound dog. She only has 1/2 of an 1/8 of a teaspoon twice a day, but I have to buy this big jar of this Thailand powder. And it's from Chewy though, so it's not too bad. I can't get any smaller. This will last for 2 years.
I love Chewy.
Hey, you guys, hey, you guys keep going for a minute. I got to stop the video and go take care of the cats here for a second.
All right.
What we do for our pets.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Feel lucky. Our 21-year-old cat's doing great.
Wow.
Really? That's great.
Wow, 21. Wow.
Yeah, she hasn't had anything. She's sleeping over here in the bed. She sleeps a lot.
Show her to us. Show her to us.
Huh?
Show her to us. Can you make your computer that way?
Jim?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You want to?
Yeah.
There you
I
go.
want to see her.
Jessie
There?
does wake up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
She's black,
There you are.
right?
looks tabby. No.
The black cat.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I have a 17-year-old cat that's decided she wants to talk all the time. And I don't know what started this, but I love it when she comes into the bedroom in the middle of the night and screams bloody murder.
Oh, no.
That would be
Like she
terrifying.
just now is doing it. And for a while, she wasn't doing it at night. I could live with that. We just yell at her. But now at night, it's like, please, I want to sleep. But my other 2 cats are fine, but she decides she just wants she lets us know when she eats and when she goes to the bathroom. And she goes through the house and just talks. And then she gets a little boisterous.
Wow.
Having a pouring rain right
Yeah,
now.
it is almost as loud as my phone.
Rain?
Yeah.
What's that?
Wow.
Yeah.
Is it raining in Richmond, Sandy?
Yeah, it's really raining.
Pouring.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Well, my husband just started mowing. We've been sick with COVID this last
I'm
week.
sorry. Oh,
Yeah, we saw all of you on Saturday and Tom got sick Thursday night, like 4 days later. So
Oh
I
my
was wondering if any
Yeah.
of you folks had got it. Yeah,
No, we're-
nobody's got, that's good.
we're okay.
That's good. Yeah. Well, I tested positive on Wednesday morning, and also I'm still quarantined, and he is too because I'm the driver. So he's going to wait on me. Yeah.
Where do you think you got it?
Very sick or?
Oh, had a terrible sore throat. Couldn't hardly
Yeah.
swallow for 3 days. And then they put me on Paxlovid. Well, they put Tom on Paxlovid too on Saturday last week when he tested positive. And so then I tested positive Wednesday and was able to start the medicine Wednesday. So I don't know. I've got that metallic taste in the mouth they talk about. I don't know if any of you have ever been on it yet.
No,
Like,
no.
we feel fortunate because we've always been the ones that go out to lunch every day. And so the fact that we have gone 2.5 years without COVID has been good, but no, we don't know where we got it. You know, so
I haven't heard from anybody else in our group having it.
that's what I was wondering about. Yeah, but
I think it's just around everywhere.
it
Yeah,
is really
exactly.
rampant.
Flu or anything else. Yeah.
It's like
Yeah,
a cold.
our grandson, my daughter just got over it, but I hadn't seen her, so I didn't get it from her at all. My husband certainly hadn't, so whatever. It doesn't really matter now, other than we would have loved to have told people, you know. I did contact people we saw on Wednesday night before that Thursday, like 10 days ago, but they're fine, so that's good. Yeah.
I have a feeling this is something we have to live with for years. We'll just have to.
Yes,
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. So,
Let's just hope we don't have to deal with the monkeypox anytime soon.
Oh, Lord.
yeah,
Oh,
right.
monkeypox.
Yeah.
Now, does
Yeah,
it
my-
have anything to do with the smallpox or somebody, or I thought I heard that. And
Yeah.
we've all had our smallpox shots.
It's
Right.
polio. No, it's polio that's coming back.
And now
Oh.
polio.
Oh my God.
Polio's coming back?
Yeah.
I hadn't heard that.
Whoa.
In
Well,
York.
it's just so many parents thought that it had been gone for so long, they didn't get their kids vaccinated, and now it's coming back.
No.
Oh, my Lord.
Yeah.
Well, there's a, my grandson had, or has a disease or a rash that developed, and they diagnosed it as equivalent of foot and mouth disease.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. And you get blisters in the mouth,
Hand, foot, and mouth. Yeah.
and you get rash, and but they we thought first of all it would be monkeypox, and we thought, oh my God,
Mhm.
because the two are very similar,
Yeah, I
except
can
that
imagine.
monkeypox has got little bumps. You know, it's not a big rash. So
Yeah.
needless to say, we're not going to visit for a while because it's
Yeah.
very contagious, very
Oh,
contagious.
yeah.
How, do they know where he got it or how he got it?
Daycare,
Yeah.
Oh,
My
daycare.
daycare.
grandson, who's only 18 months, just got over it, but he got it at daycare, and she sent
Yeah.
pictures. There were like blisters on his
Geez.
tongue, inside his mouth, and everywhere. It was just horrible. I hadn't heard of that for years.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, they said though that the doctor cleared him to go back to daycare,
Oh, yeah.
even though he's still got the rash. And we're thinking, what? You know,
Yeah, I don't think I'd do it.
that makes no sense.
Yeah.
No.
Mm, mm,
Anyway,
mm.
Does he feel bad, Jim, or is he just?
he's just, you know, it's, you know, with a 2-year-old, has its bad moments. Some of them are
Anyway,
because he's
yeah.
2 years old. So,
Uh-huh.
but he's doing fine. He's a trooper.
Good.
Wow. Karen, I was listening as I was doing all this stuff. Did you ever lose your taste and sense of smell?
No, but I did lose about 3 pounds. I was happy about that.
Okay.
That's a
Well,
pretty tough
my
go through.
yeah. By the way, I haven't heard of anybody who went to the luncheon come down
good.
with anything.
Well, like I say,
And,
Tom was there on Saturday, and then he was perfectly fine. Even Thursday night, ate supper, watched a movie with me,
Hmm.
went to bed at 9:30, came back out at 10:30, said, I've been laying back there coughing up a storm. And from then on, he was a mess for the next 3 days.
Oh my
And,
goodness.
Gosh.
So,
And then you got it.
and then I got it. Yeah. Of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank
so,
you, Tom. Yes. Thank you, Tom.
Yeah, he's out mowing now, but he's not really capable of doing it. That's why I was interested when Sandy said it was raining, because
You were
our
hoping
grass
it
is
was-
it's not quite a foot high, but it needs mowed. It needs
Oh,
mowed.
no.
So anyway, but he's I'm worried about him because we both just have real low energy, and his has been a week. Well, his has been actually more than that, more like 10 days since he broke out with it, whatever. Yeah.
But I
Well,
think one thing
go
that
out
does
there.
take time-
Yeah,
it does
take a
time to
minute.
feel better.
Yeah, you better be careful.
Go out there, take a minute. We'll let you come back. Go out there and tell him to get his ass back inside. That he doesn't need to be
Hey, wait a
doing
minute. He
that.
doesn't listen to me. He doesn't listen. He's a
But
lucket.
tell him we're telling him this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. You know what was the saddest part is, since I feel like I know you guys so well, the saddest part for us is that his sister had passed away in May. And this last weekend, we were to host his sisters, our nephews and
Oh.
wives here at the house. Because
Oh.
on Tuesday night this past week, we had a memorial for his sister and we were unable to attend.
Oh,
And
man.
it's like, and that was here locally.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh my gosh, I just
No,
can't
that
believe
is.
the timing on this.
Mhm.
Yeah, so
Bad.
that was bad. More for
That's
me than
beautiful.
Tom, I think, but that's okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it all worked out. The granddaughter brought us some flowers by and put them at the door and whatever, just little things like that.
That's
So
good.
we've had a lot of family that's been in touch, and that's just wonderful, that they've helped us get our medicines and groceries and stuff
Oh,
like that.
good.
So
Super.
That's good.
it's all been great. Yeah, it's all been good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only bad part about that is that, and you hope that they're only doing that because it's COVID and not because they think that you're an old person.
Yeah.
So,
I actually wondered if it was because they thought we had they were going to get an inheritance. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
well,
be
that's
wrong.
possible. Yeah. Yeah.
I'll come over
when
and
you
help too, Karen.
no, there's good family. I'm sorry, what?
Oh, I said, I'll
What,
come
Carol?
help. If there's an inheritance involved, I'll come over and help.
Oh, okay.
There you go. I said the kids thought there was, but
Oh.
doesn't mean there is. Yeah.
You know, my
Well-
grandson, who's 16, had COVID at the beginning of the summer. And he's 16 and young, and he still was very tired for, at least 2 weeks afterwards. I mean, a 16-year-old that took naps in the afternoon. So
wow.
I think that fatigue is really common and
Yeah.
just takes a while.
It is. When I had it, May the
The other
22nd,
one, the cough.
I took naps too, and I thought, what is wrong with me? Because in the middle of the afternoon, I would just get so tired, I could not keep my eyes open.
Mhm.
And I would sleep a good 2 hours.
Oh my
Wow.
goodness.
I mean, that's unusual.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
think then after a while, then that was okay. I got
Right.
They
better.
say the cough is another thing that keeps lingering, the cough, and I've still got a cough. So if I leave you, it's because I can't control it. So whatever.
Well,
Yeah,
over in this rural area where we live, they have a thing called Methow at Home. It's the Methow Valley. And it's basically to keep elderly people in their homes. So they supply, so people volunteer. If you have a chore that has to be done, like cutting the grass,
Mhm.
they go ask somebody to volunteer to cut your grass, and they
Hmm.
will.
Yeah.
And so also food,
Yes.
delivering food.
Yeah.
They have meal trains that they run.
Yeah.
wow.
So that- and
That's good.
That's pretty common, I guess. It's becoming more common in small areas. Now in a place the size of Richmond or the size of some of the places where people live, it'd be a little bit harder to administer that, but
Mhm.
you know, on a valley this size, it's based upon some, oh, there's a movement. I'm trying to think of the name of it, but we call it the Village Movement. If any of you have heard the Village Movement, it's small towns that basically try to self-support themselves. So they don't become, so everybody that's there can share their skills and, you know,
That's
and
great.
keep people supported.
That's
Who-
good.
who organizes
Don't
it, Jim?
misled. I was going to say, our grandson would have mowed the grass, but Tom has too much pride. So
Really.
and the family would, the family would step up for sure. We've already had our son ask us back on Tuesday and
Good.
but it's just that Tom's got to prove to himself that he's still capable. And I understand
Okay.
that. Yeah.
Right.
Well, it's good for him
Yeah.
if he can do it. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Jim,
Yeah.
I would assume that was really helpful with COVID to have that kind of help around. Because
Support,
a lot
yeah.
of people
Mhm.
knew
Yeah.
they could not leave their homes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah, well, there's a carpenter we've used whose wife has started to get advance in dementia.
Oh,
Ooh.
yeah.
And so he's finally reached out. We knew something was wrong.
Mhm.
And so Carol's been volunteering to do a meal for,
Mhm.
you know, a couple meals, and there's other people that got on board and are doing that too.
That's cool.
So,
That's cool.
Jim,
yeah.
I grew up,
Jim, who organizes this? How does it get organized? And my second question is, how big is your community?
Well, let's see, the town of Winthrop itself is like 300 people within
Oh, okay.
the town.
Yeah.
And you get further south and Twisp is bigger, but not by much, maybe 1,000. And the towns that are at the extreme end of the valley are, you know, tiny. They're 200 people each, maybe. And but there's one of the unique things about this valley is it's one of the average, I think, education level is pretty high.
Mm.
So it's a lot of people who have retired and have come over here because of what's here. And so they're used to volunteering. And so, and they're connected to other sorts of activities like this village movement. And so they're very active. I mean, there's a group that's involved with the whole climate change impacts on the valley. There's a group that runs a dark skies type of activity. You know, you read the paper here and it's equivalent to reading, you know, the editorials and everything are, you know, at a level that you would not normally see in a small town paper. Well, we had a small town paper too.
Yeah.
It's a local paper. And so it's just that type of place. And that's one of the reasons why we're here, you know.
You have a newspaper. I'm sure it's not very big, but for 300 people, or is it for the
It's for the whole valley.
whole valley? Okay.
Yeah, whole valley is, you know, because you got people spread all over the place in between the towns. And so I think I've heard, you know, somewhere around maybe 5,000 people total everywhere. But that's over about a 50-mile.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Mhm.
Yeah, or spread out. I mean, you go from the North Cascades National Park, which is at one end of the valley, to the south end, which takes you into a very rural apple growing area, apple and cherry, and pairs, and then the Columbia makes a big bend right down at the base of once you get to the bottom of the valley. So yeah, it's a pretty spread out area. That's why wildfires and whatnot that happen here become community events.
Oh, yeah.
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 Yeah, it's not like, you're kind of, I get the sense in a lot of the California fires that people are sort of detached from what's
Each
going
other.
on, unless it's their house that gets burned. But here there's a Firewise program, and people are fire proofing their houses and their property.
Wow.
And there's organizations that support that here. So
Yeah. I mean,
yeah, so
Sounds like a
That's
great
cool.
place to live.
Yes, yes.
it's isolated though. I mean, we're isolated. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, that can get to you. But to me, generally, Carol gets, she feels a little bit isolated. But you just don't have the food market.
Accessibility and stuff, yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Now, how far are restaurants and stuff, Jim, from you guys?
well, we've got,
If you're gonna go, how far?
really decent restaurants, but the rest are, it's small town restaurant.
Well, yeah.
And it's sort of, we got 2 breweries here.
Oh, well, that's good.
All right.
And, but, we can go, like, if we wanted to go to the big city, we can drive over the mountain when it's open, when the pass is open to Bellingham.
Yeah.
Go see our son and daughter and grandson. And, or we can go, it's 4 hours to Seattle, which is quite a hike.
Pretty good haul, yeah.
For dinner, yeah, right, it is.
Yeah, not for dinner. Wenatchee's probably the biggest city, but that's 2 hours away. That's not so bad.
Yeah.
But they have, they have regular, but believe it or not, we've not found that Wenatchee has very, very good restaurants.
Yeah.
So, we're in rural eastern
you are.
Washington.
Jim, where's Lake Chelan? How far is like that area? Because I know that's a
Lake
tourist
Chelan,
area.
it's about, I'd say an hour away. Yeah, an hour and a half.
Thing because it's a touristy lake area.
Yeah, it's a very touristy, very touristy. And it, it's just starting to spread out there. And with a lot of vacation homes and whatnot. And so it's becoming a bit more crowded.
And Jim, does your tourist season wane now with back to school? Is that the same for you guys everywhere?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean, it's we have the
off.
shoulder season, which is when everybody goes back to school.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Gotcha.
And then here though, in the winter, it's a huge Nordic skiing area.
In the skiing areas, yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the largest in the country.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah, it is. And so
Now,
there's,
is it hot there? I'm sorry, is it hot there? I've been hearing.
yeah, it's been 100. Let's see, if I
Wow.
haven't pulled off, it was 105 is the most we've had. We get this period of time in July and August where it'll be really hot.
Yeah.
But
Dog days.
it's a dry heat.
Oh, really?
So it's not.
that's
At 100 degrees,
like-
it doesn't matter, Jim.
Yeah,
that's
well,
exactly right.
Humid here.
you don't.
That's a big lie. when
You
it gets
don't.
to 100.
You don't walk outside and sweat. Here, you just walk outside and get dehydrated. So
Yeah. Getting hit in the face with a door.
Yeah, I know.
Jim, is
But,
Talked to a buddy of mine in Vegas today. It was 83 out there today, right in the middle of the day.
yeah,
No kidding.
That's
Wow.
cool for
Yeah.
Vegas. That's
Yeah.
cool.
They had been really hot and Nancy like everybody else, but it was 83 degrees out there today, and he said it was great.
We have a cold front. We're at 95 right now.
Okay,
Bye.
bye, Carol.
Bye,
Okay.
Carol.
It's
Bye.
always great to see you, Carol.
turn, she's muted.
you turned her audio.
Yeah.
She turned her audio off.
Get on Jim now.
You're muted, Carol.
I think she was having a problem with her dog.
Oh,
Dog bark.
there.
because My dog's barking because my neighbor's coming to help me repot the weeds.
Okay.
And there's your dog.
All right.
They're pretty.
There's,
We'll have fun.
Yeah.
Those are beautiful. What kind of flowers are those, Carol?
it's a hibiscus.
Oh, okay. We'll have fun. It's great to see you.
Good to see you.
See you, Carol.
I'm okay. I tripped over a little dog. You hear it?
Uh-huh.
No.
Yeah.
Heard it.
Is it
Okay,
dead?
bye, y'all.
All right. See you.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right.
So
So
Jim,
Becky, oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna ask Jim, after the hot weather, is that when they're more likely to have the fires there, or is it later on in the year?
No, it's when the hot weather hits, because we have red flag
Yeah.
warnings that we get when it's dry and windy,
Okay.
and there are dry lightning storms.
Mhm.
Wow.
The worst.
Ah.
yeah.
Oh, yes. Mhm.
Okay.
That's when the fun begins with the fires. But
That's when it sparks everything, yeah.
Mhm.
yeah, this year has been, we have no fires. There's one south, quite a bit south and east of us in some little town in central Washington. And
Yeah.
it sounds pretty bad, but we've been getting the smoke from it.
Mhm.
Wow.
The prevailing winds must be coming from the east.
Mm.
So we'll get a little smoke, but not much.
Yeah.
Speaking of east, then Jim, do you ever go east to a bigger town, bigger city? Or is it always going west?
The biggest city going east is Spokane.
Yeah. How far is that? 3.5?
It's 4 hours.
4
4
hours?
hours.
Wow.
He's-
Wow.
Yeah. Right.
Now,
I guess, Tom, what we're learning is he's in a remote area.
Yeah, really.
I'm sold on that now, Jim. Yeah.
Yeah.
4 hours to Seattle and 4 hours to Spokane. You got to be right in the middle up north.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
We get the long days now, though. The long days
Yeah.
Huh.
being far north, and we get the aurora borealis.
Oh,
Mhm.
wow. It's gonna be good.
How long does
Man.
it take to get to the Canadian border?
Not long.
About,
Not very long. I mean, if you,
we're looking at the
as a
map.
crow flies, it's probably 30, 40 miles.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness.
But
Oh, that's close.
But-
the crow
Now-
doesn't have a, the crow flies over the mountains.
Yes,
You gotta
you have
drive
to
over.
drive over them.
And we didn't. Yeah.
Are the mountains where you are real high mountains? Are they
Yeah.
really?
I mean, the
Really?
North Cascades,
Yeah,
you know, is called the American Alps. So
Yeah.
there's big mountains there.
And then Jim, did they keep going up as they go into Canada, or do they begin once they get across the border? Do they begin to taper when they get across the border, or they keep going up?
They keep going up.
Yeah, that's what.
Wow.
Just keeps rising into Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mount Baker is up outside of Bellingham, and it's 10,000 feet.
Wow.
Most of the mountains in the North Cascades are younger mountains, and so they're still pretty much spires,
Yeah.
Oh,
not
okay.
rounded. They haven't been worn down by time. And
Huh.
so, but it's a beautiful area. I mean, the drive through the North Cascades is
That's incredible. Yeah.
it's very concentrated group of mountains. and you're going through a narrow valley between them. And so you drive, the highest point there, the highest pass there is 5,400 feet, which is not high, but, but the mountains around it. And
7, 8, 9, 10,000. Yeah.
yeah, so it's quite pretty spectacular drive.
Gotta be,
Yeah.
What's the nearest town or city of any size once you go north into Canada?
Vancouver.
Okay, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a huge
But
city.
you have to go all the way out to Interstate 5.
Yeah, and you'd have to go west.
Yeah, you gotta go west.
Yeah. Okay.
And then,
Yeah.
Okay.
TK, you gotta look, TK's got to look in his eye like road trip, Jim. That's what he's looking at.
Well, we were thinking
That's
about
you're coming.
the northern route to Sonoma next year,
summer. Yeah.
but not that far north.
not that far north.
You never know.
It's
But
worth the drive, though. You won't find
Well, you
many.
got-
Well, let's see. I don't know what the charging station allocation
Yeah.
is up there.
definitely,
We'll stop at your place and plug in your wall outlet.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So Becky, real quickly, how hot has it been where you are then?
It's consistently for 57 days has been 103, 104. It has gotten up to 107,
Oh my God.
but
yeah.
Oh,
we've finally broke it to today. And my son was
Really?
gonna start putting up his fence. And so the two boys went down to the lumber yard to get the cedar this morning, and he got there and there was no lumber. And today would have been perfect to get out there and put up the fence.
Now, Becky, is all the water being rationed now? Are people on limited days or no water at all?
We're limited on of course, we've always been limited on when we could water.
Yeah. Okay.
Yard, yeah.
And
Now, how about golf courses and stuff like that? Are they just out of business? I mean, is that
no, they're still there.
they still can do that? Okay.
Yeah, they have privilege, I guess, to get water.
Some water.
But
Okay. Yeah.
Sometimes Island is now becoming quite a solid piece of land.
Wow.
And you can't quite walk across the lake, but it's getting pretty bad.
God.
And you don't have to mow. There's no
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you
That's
wouldn't have to
good.
mow.
but
Yeah.
I had
Becky,
go ahead.
where are you?
I'm right outside of Austin, Texas,
Oh, outside of
yeah.
Austin. Okay.
north side of Austin.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Round
I've
Rock.
forgotten, yeah.
Round Rock, yeah.
We're right west of Round Rock.
Okay.
We're about 8 miles. And I had a new door put in last week, and the installer was, I don't want to talk about him. Called the company. And well, I had a storm door, and they were supposed to take the storm door off to put the regular door in. And he didn't do it. He was here 4 hours trying to fit the storm door around something that wasn't going to fit.
Oh, my Lord.
Wow.
And caulking all over it. He's ruined my storm door. So I've called the company. And so they're supposed to come out this week and fix my door. At least the door fits. I mean, it closes and I don't get air through it. But I'm kind of disappointed because for years we had a solid door, and Tom would not let me change it. He said, "Oh, people could break in." And I says, "We've got windows all around the house." I said,
And maybe a camera or two around the house, right?
and he said, "I just don't want I don't want a glass door." So I was sitting there the other day and I says, "It's dark in this house. So I got a door with a window."
Good for you.
Yeah, but
probably
Tom
rolling
was
over his grave.
Tom was up there making it tough on you,
I
though.
know.
He was up there making it hard on you.
Right.
He says, "I told you, I don't want that door."
Right. He doesn't want the door.
We
might have been
love you,
behind the
Tommy. We
craftsman,
love
too.
you, man. We're looking up at you. Oh,
But he was
God.
so stubborn on that. And I said, you know, the way our house is situated is that the living room only has a patio door, and the living room kitchen is all one room basically. And it's got a window. Why? And that's on the northeast side of the house.
Mhm.
It's
So
over by.
once
over
8
by-
o'clock goes in the morning, there's no sunlight. I mean, so I just said, I just want a door. So, with a window.
There you go.
Give me a door.
And I got the door with a window, but I don't have a storm door anymore.
Yeah.
But they're gonna come Friday. Make it
Good.
make it better. And it
Good for you.
and he doesn't, the threshold is up high. You have to step over it. And I think that that's a trip hazard. So I mentioned that too.
Okay.
I don't know what I'm gonna get, but it better be better.
So then Nancy Best, what,
Yeah.
so you're out there in Texas also,
Yeah, I'm south of,
right?
but I'm,
So-
we haven't had, I mean, we've had 90 to 98, 100, but where Becky is, Austin and San Antonio and Dallas has really had high temperatures. And I'm right here on the coast, down by the
Yeah,
coast,
Right.
but we, lots of humidity.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
have lots.
Mhm.
So it gets in the
Yeah.
high 90s and we've been over 100, you know, a few days, but not like. but
Yeah.
Today, I was out about an hour before we got on and it was 80, 85 and that was pretty good.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Well, those of us here in Indiana, I don't think we can complain. I mean, we've
No,
been
but
getting
that's-
rain.
This summer than
Ugh.
normal.
Say that again, Vicky.
It's been hotter than normal, I think, this summer.
I think
Yeah,
so
it's been a
too.
little bit.
But I took the dogs out right before we did this and it was really, I had to be in the 90s. It was really hot before it rained. I'm hoping this big rain we're getting will cool things off a little bit.
Is
Yeah,
it
one
still
of the,
raining?
Oh,
Yeah.
it's pouring.
It's
Yeah,
still
we're
send
ready
it
to
down
go.
here.
Yes,
We need
what
it in
this time, yeah.
Texas. We need the
It's
rain
sunny
in
over here.
Texas. Send it here, right back, Becky?
Can you just
Well, we need the rain.
put it here?
We, yeah.
Yeah, we need the rain.
Rain bad. It rains 10 minutes, maybe.
87.
Wow.
Bad.
Very bad.
No, heavy rain.
My yard crunches. You walk across it and it's just crunch, crunch, crunch.
Mm.
But don't
Now
have
we
to.
got the hornets now too, though.
Mm.
Big hornet hatch.
Mhm.
Sorry, guys. I was trying to find my cats.
No.
So I'm doing double duty here.
Hey, TK, have you been watching The Captain?
No, I have not.
Oh, my God. Yeah, you got to get to that.
Really? Even if you didn't like the Yankees, as in hate the Yankees,
Yeah. No, it's still good.
still
What's
watch.
the-
It is still amazing and it's so well done. Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah.
So what are we talking about here?
It's a story about the captain of the Yankees,
Oh,
Derek Jeter, and his modus operandi, Tom, and his leadership abilities. And some of his comments are so great. Some of his insights are just unbelievable. He talks about things that you never thought a player that played for Steinbrenner would talk about.
Really?
But there is no secrets. It's wonderful. And it's what, Tom, 8 or 9 parts?
Yeah.
is it an ESPN thing?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
and it's, I've seen the first 2, I think.
Hmm.
Tuesday evenings, Tom, I believe it is. Is that right, TK?
You know, I haven't looked that closely, so I think
Yeah.
you can easily find it. They advertise it a lot.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's very, very well done. If you have any interest in sports or baseball, it's well done.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
So TK and Betsy, what's the weather been like up there where you are?
Well, it's been in the high 70s and so, which is typical, but today it's 83 and humid. So I'm hoping it has that rain come through and same way as cools it down a
Goes
little.
back to normal.
But 83
So,
here is high. It's high.
It's still
Yeah.
good, or it sounds good to me.
yeah.
Sounds good.
Have you been getting rain off and on though?
No, it's been dry.
Pretty dry. Yeah, it's nice, but we'll be leaving soon, so. The movers are coming on the 17th, so we have to. have
Where are you
everything-
going now?
Yeah, talk about that. Tell them about that.
Where are
Yeah.
you going?
Somewhere.
Well,
Like little nomads.
for the next year on our way to California, but the main reason we'll be doing this is because we're going to be in Germany for 6 months because
Oh,
our
wow.
daughter-in-law is pregnant and due in December. So we're going to go.
We might
spend-
become grandparents.
But I don't think Vicky will
That
make
would be
it to great
Well,
grand.
congratulations if you are, Tom.
Yes.
Yeah, for
This will
sure.
be first, well, it'll be our only grandchild, so.
Good, good.
It is
There'll be
so
0
awesome,
years.
yeah.
So where are you going right now? To
What's that?
California? You said you're moving, the movers are coming soon. Where are you
Well,
going?
we're be traveling to the east and spending some time with my sister and some relatives, but then actually being with some friends in North Carolina until we leave for Germany.
Oh, okay.
They've graciously taken us in, you know?
And
Oh,
storage may be the answer, Nancy, to what.
I think, so all your furniture is going in storage?
Storage, yeah, in Green Bay.
Now, we
yeah.
thought about putting a mattress on top of the car.
But that's-
Beverly
Like
Hillbillies, Tom.
The
yeah.
hippie days?
The optics of that wouldn't.
Buy a pickup truck, and go with it. yeah.
Top of a Tesla, yeah, right.
There you go.
Wow.
So we'll be there until,
May.
well, first, we'll be in Wilmington, North Carolina,
Uh-huh.
once we complete this trip, till, what is it?
December 7th,
7th, I think it is.
6th, we fly to Germany,
Oh, good.
or fly to
And
Munich,
then be there till May, is that the plan?
right? As long as the immigration people don't throw us out of Germany. We have to ask permission to stay longer than 90 days, so.
Oh,
Now, I would
really?
Oh, it's
assume
only
that's-
90 days?
If you're
Yeah.
on a tourist visa, we're not a student, we're not any of the things that automatically would give you a longer than
Extend
90.
you, yeah.
What
And
about if you
pregnancy is
decide-
not one of those for a grandchild.
So do they ever say, no, you can't stay?
Well, our son talked to an immigration person,
Lawyer.
lawyer in Munich, and he said that, well, there, we don't fit into any particular category but we're not somebody they wouldn't, I mean, they'd be okay with us being there for an extra.
We're
90
not
days.
homeless.
We're gonna bring money with us. We're gonna, we're not going to be, we'll do all the right things, and there's a reason for us to be there. There's
Dot the
legit-
i's and cross the t's, right? Yeah.
Yeah, we legit. So what he says is you have to then sort of make application to the immigration people to stay longer.
Wow.
And he said, if you do that in January or so, by the time they actually get to your case, it's probably
You'd be gone.
time anyway.
Yeah, back
He
here.
might tell you to leave then, but probably you would have been there 5 or 6 months, so.
Yeah.
What city?
What-
Where in
what-
Germany? What city?
In
Munich,
in
yeah.
Munich.
Oh, what kind of, like health insurance, do they, like if either one of you were to get ill or something, well,
Well,
Since we're not citizens.
since we're not citizens, it's sort of like being an expat. I've looked into it, and there's special medical insurance you can buy on a monthly basis for people
Yeah.
that are,
Oh,
because Medicare, none of that will take care of anything except getting you emergency back to the US. So it's not cheap, but it's not terrible either. And you basically would have access to all of their medical care, including dental and everything else. So there is a short-term medical you can buy on a monthly basis, but they would require, they want you to have that. They would want you to have that.
Oh.
If they ever
Wow.
came and asked you about
Yeah.
it, you would want to be able to prove that you were doing the right thing.
Eliminate anybody being there without anything, yeah. That's
Yeah, I
really-
would want it anyway, but
Right. Is it
Sure.
expensive compared to what we have,
Um,
what you would have here?
Well, I think for the two of us would be about $1,000 a month,
Hmm.
which isn't terrible.
No.
Consider,
No,
You
it's
got,
not.
might be a grandparent and you want to see that baby,
Yeah, true.
Absolutely.
That sounds like a bargain to me, TK.
that's what I
Yeah.
Plus, it's a new adventure.
knew it. So we're gonna rent, I think we can rent an apartment for 6 months. They have those kinds of things.
Oh, good.
But we
good.
haven't, we don't have all that nailed down yet, because those apartments, they basically don't come up till a month or two. They turn over you never know when they're gonna turn over, so you don't know in a month or two in advance what's gonna be
Yeah.
available.
It may
No.
be,
Nailed
maybe closer to time.
So you're gonna ship your Tesla over?
down. No,
You could buy one while you're over there.
so,
Probably not.
no,
So you actually won't be staying with your kids then?
No,
no, they have a small 2-bedroom, 2-bath and
condo.
condo. Her mother's gonna be there for a while too, so I don't, so there are a lot of people kind of
Uh-huh.
arriving.
Celebrate the baby, yeah.
That's neat.
Little thunder here, Tom. I don't know if you heard of it or not. but
Heard
we're
that.
getting ready to
Yeah, man, I'll tell you what, you guys are really getting it.
Yeah,
Man,
Yeah, we're
wish-
rolling in pretty good, it sounds like.
This must have made up for lost time.
it's a nice sunny day here now. It
Yeah,
rained
My
this morning,
grandson's
but
playing golf today over at the Alps, so he's probably getting a shower over there.
Tommy, just to and Vicky and all those planning, but we will be driving from the East Coast to the West Coast in August, coming through Richmond on 11th, 12th, 13th, whatever of August. So,
Okay, good, good.
Oh, good. Oh, so you'll be at the reunion next year.
The
Yeah.
Road
Oh.
Warriors, right?
Great.
you had the Road Warriors. That's good. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is
yeah.
everybody that's on today going to be there?
Hope to.
Yeah. I am.
Uh-huh.
Plan on it
Yeah.
anyway?
Hope so.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't.
Are you coming,
Jimmy,
Becky?
Jimmy, don't say hope so. We don't want to hear that, man. No, it's like definitely I will be there.
Yeah,
Music,
my brother that's
Okay.
in Hagerstown and my niece is in Hagerstown, which she's coming down next month. No, at the end of this month. And then I want to go down to Evansville where my half sister lives.
Oh, good.
Okay.
So
Mhm.
I've got to figure out how I'm going to do it all, but I'm going to do it all.
Well, you have a year
hey,
plan.
Betsy, have you and Tom been to that ballpark in Evansville? The baseball stadium
where?
In Evansville?
in Evansville,
I think so,
No.
What,
worth
is it
a trip, TK.
is it a minor league team they have there?
Yeah, and it's the stadium where League of Their Own was made.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Very
I
okay.
love
historical
that
stadium
movie.
down there. Yeah,
That'd be
it's
fun.
worth a trip down there.
That'd be fun.
We should be able to see it at some point because John Mosley was at Earlham when
Sure.
Bowers.
And he'll be your tour guide, right?
They have when it's too hot in Florida, then they come back up to the Evansville area. And they have
Yeah.
a home there. So no, we haven't seen it yet. But and I don't think he's even mentioned it. But yeah.
Well, worth seeing, yeah.
well, we're-
Okay,
all
it's
right.
good to know.
And they do have a minor league team there, Tom, but I think all those seasons will be over by the time you get down there. A lot of them are winding up now.
Yeah. Well, you
right.
guys, it's 4:20.
I need to
Mhm.
go.
We will follow up and let you know what we figure out in about a week or so, Sandy. And then if you don't like it, I'm blaming Vicky and Sandy and Jean and Jane. But otherwise,
It'll be
oops, I
fine.
just
It'll
heard
be
a
good.
doorbell ring. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye, y'all. Have
It
a
was
Okay,
good
great
day.
to see everybody. Okay.
Bye.
Stay safe.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Enjoy that storm over there.
Oh,
Send it this way.
Yes, please send it
We'll
this
Yeah.
take the
way.
rain. We'll take the rain. We need
Okay.
it.
Okay, bye-bye.
We'll see you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
let's see how you.
Boom.
Wait, did I get off? No, sorry. Trying to get off.
Okay. See ya. Bye-bye.
Bye.